and happy Memorial Day. Welcome to the Kinetic Grand Championship Day 3. It is the finish line. We are here in beautiful Ferndale, California. I'm your host, Kati, Texas, with my co-host for today, Rutebega Fairy Princess, Sparkle Lumina.
Hello, so excited to be here today.
Just an absolute delight. It's a beautiful day. The racers are almost to us. We're going to show you all the action as they cross the finish line, vying for those last-minute drops of glory. But before we do, I'd like to take a chance to thank the folks who helped make this broadcast possible. So our local underwriters.
Support for this program is made possible by Art Center Arcata. Artists run for the artist in everyone. Paint, paper, and cool fun stuff. Independent and locally owned. Located on the Arcata Plaza. Humboldt County, California, home to the tallest trees on Earth, is the perfect playground for exciting outdoor adventures for all ages. Come and experience our natural beauty, ancient forests, and breathtaking vistas. Support for this program is made possible by the Hotel Arcata, blending the timelessness and charm of historic Arcata with modern comfort and character. On the Square in downtown Arcata.
And thank you so much to those underwriters. It's really the support of our community that makes all these KEET TV productions possible, especially this live broadcast of the Kinetic Grand Championship, Humboldt's signature event. This is I think it's the oldest event in Humboldt, the oldest community art event anyway.
I think so, and definitely the most spectacular and wide-ranging. It's pretty fantastic.
Definitely, I'd say the largest. I mean, when an event crosses 5 different municipalities, and it spans a 50-mile diameter of county, that's definitely qualifying as Humboldt's largest free-to-watch family event.
Oh, and celebrating all the different areas with the dunes and the bay and even the Eel River today. Just so many different ways to enjoy our county.
And the teams did cross the Eel River.
Yes.
Which doesn't always happen. There's always a safety concern. If the water's too fast, if the water's too low, something's going on that's not going to be safe for the racers to cross, they don't. But today they did. They got up at a racers meeting this morning, and they kind of left it to the racers. Do they want to cross? And to a person, unanimously, they enthusiastically wanted to do that challenge because these folks are in it for the challenge. And they did cross the river. They left Crab Park at about 10:30 this morning. They went overland to the Worswick Bar, and then teams one by one have been coming across the river and then heading into Ferndale where we are. Now, of course, they can't come onto Main Street Ferndale until the Memorial Day Parade is finished. So they hold up anybody that's running super fast and just gets here really, really early, holds up at the fairgrounds. But at a certain point, they let them go bypass the fairgrounds, and we'll start seeing them come down Main Street here in Ferndale to cross that finish line.
So how exciting is it to go across that river? That looks like a pretty intense part of the race.
Yeah, and an interesting challenge because it's a water crossing, yes, but it's also, there's sandbar.
Yeah.
The current is moving pretty darn quick.
Looked really fast driving over this morning thinking, wow.
Now your family is a team this year,
They are. My husband and daughter are speed goat this year.
Speed goat, okay.
My husband's raced twice. They raced together last year, but this is his first time hopefully successfully going across that river.
But you don't know yet.
No, I don't know. I don't know how it went. They haven't been telling me. So he got a golden flipper with Sohachi Burns a couple of years ago, experiencing the river firsthand. Very cold.
Oh wow! I have my family out there.
Well, they had to get pulled out. So he was a little apprehensive today, but excited.
But it is such a gorgeous visual, looking at the machines crossing underneath historic Fern Bridge. It's so Humboldt County iconic. But you're talking about the dunes and and our beautiful countryside, and I think that's one of the things that really makes the Kinetic Grand Championship such a unique, world-class event, is that it happens in our beautiful playground here, in our wonderful, glorious backyard full of just natural environments that you're going to find anywhere else, and we use them as challenges, as hazards for our crazy little sport.
And the pathways too, like Hickshari Trail and all these little I didn't know about the Hickory Trail until I just learned more about that during Kinetic. So other ways to bypass the main roads to explore the trails and paths that are more and more getting connected across the county.
Yeah,
really
and
special.
that is a concentrated effort, I tell you, from trail enthusiasts and ecologists and human-powered transportation enthusiasts have been working for years to create a connected, great redwood trail network, something that goes all across the whole county without having to get onto a road.
And it's coming. It's getting
coming, it's
closer
working.
and closer.
We did get them, we do have that beautiful waterfront trail and the Hickory Trail going around Eureka, which is wonderful. And the teams got to do that yesterday. And then, let's see, last night we do have a few race results from yesterday. At the beginning of the water crossing yesterday, there were 13 aces left. And at the beginning of the race today, there were 13 aces left. It was amazing that nobody lost their ace on the water yesterday. Several teams failed, and several teams, did fail, but they weren't the ace teams. They weren't those teams that are going for grand champion. Looks like we do have
The Tin Pan Dragon
team coming down Main Street, Ferndale there. Of course, the finish line is at Brown, Main Street and Brown, named after our glorious Hobart Brown, glorious founder Hobart Brown. Oh, of course, the first in line, ready to cross the finish line, Dwayne Flatmo, longtime Kinetic veteran, temporarily retired and coming back in his beautiful Tin Pan Dragon.
I love that machine.
So just elegant, just lovely. And it does shoot fire. Doesn't look like they're going to be shooting fire right now, or he'd probably be doing it. The teams, they come down, and they come down Main Street. All of Ferndale is out, and then they'll do a little glory lap there in the intersection. See Ramp Meister making sure they're safe. And I'd like to give a shout out to KRFH. It's 105.1 student-run radio out of Cal Poly Humboldt. They are doing glory to glory coverage all over the course. They've got reporters all over, at Dead Man's Drop, out at Crab Park, reporting from all up and down the county and giving us those little the glory to glory details. All
They've
the glory
been so
details.
much fun. We were camped right next to them at Crab Park, and they were fantastic. And they found out some of our Speedgo team members are big fans of the KRFH DJs. They're like super celebrities.
But nobody can showboat like Dwayne Flatmo.
Excellent glory figure eights, not even glory circles.
I can hear the Kinetic Madness Band. I think I will. Showing off there. This dragon has been out to many Kinetic races. It went to Burning Man and acted as a taxi. It went to the Smithsonian. Was temporarily in an exhibit at the Smithsonian about Burning Man art. Now, do you think that the Tin Pan Dragon here is a contender for racers' favorite?
It's a Spectator's Choice.
Spectator's Choice.
Yes, one of the things I'm so excited to be a part of is the Spectator's Choice voting, where people who are here get to choose for whatever reasons they have. They all have different reasons, their favorite sculpture, and most of it happens on day 1 and day 2, but we do also collect people's votes here in Ferndale. Some people only get to see the race on the last day, so it's a fun way to find who people are cheering on, and it's also a great way to talk to people about how far they come to the race and to come to Humboldt County to join us, and how many years they've been coming to the race. So it's really a fun way to connect with all the spectators.
How many votes do you think you collect over the course of the?
As of yesterday, there were yesterday afternoon there were about 1,500 votes. So we're around 1,500 votes. Yeah,
wow.
And our pollsters are so committed and excited. They just really have their own personalities. They're shining through in what they've created to help people get to know what to do with their votes. This time on the plaza, we had a little 10 by 10 to talk to people about it. Early on in the race, not everyone has their opinions set yet. They haven't met all the machines. They haven't talked to everybody, but they know that they start to realize it's an option to be able to vote and that their vote matters. And one of our pollsters this time made stickers. So they're I-voted stickers, and we had plenty of those. Unlike our buttons, there's usually a limited number, so we have to be a little selective. But with those stickers, everybody got them, and it's just all ages can vote, so even the little ones. And they all have really big opinions. They know what they like. The little ones like fire. They like shiny things.
They like color.
They like color.
They like animals with big eyes.
It's interesting, although I think the Spectator's choice really appeals to, like, a lot of people will pick their favorites from things that are easy to see far away. So maybe sometimes the really subtle machines are a little bit hard for them to appreciate the details if they can't get very close.
Here we got the Kinetic Madness Band, alumni from the Lumberjacks, I believe, the marching Lumberjacks, to retire to the Kinetic Madness Band. And they provide lots of festive atmosphere there for the finish line.
It seems like it's a bigger band than usual, is it? It's lots of people.
It is quite a crowd. You know, I would say all the crowds are bigger this year, not just the band, the spectators, but the racers as well. I was talking to one of the goddesses last night, one of the members of the judging and tabulation team, and they said that there's nearly 650 individuals registered for this race. So that was 49 teams and 639, 640, something like that, individual people.
Well, one team had 3 volumes, volume 1, 2, and 3 with the Earth, Wind, and Shire.
That was a
75 people just in that one team. You have quite a lot of people.
75 people.
All in costume. Right at the beginning, someone's cloak got stuck in a gear. There was a little moment.
I like Earth, Wind, and Shire. That's definitely one of my favorites. The fact that they have 3 machines,
it's just
all on the
huge.
same theme.
And then an extra machine that wasn't part, but there was just
And
with
it's
the
a whole other
nargool,
one.
I think.
A bonus, just a
yeah,
bonus
they had a
machine.
bonus machine.
Gotta love that.
Great. But I love the teams that are committed to their character throughout the race, like the whole thing, where all their group of people are just in that zone the whole time. I think that's pretty fun.
My favorite is when the machine, like the sculpture, and the pit crew complement each other or set up kind of a drama.
Yes.
You know, like some sort of so there's some sort of drama between the machine and the crew. Like, excuse me. One time, Mr. Fish had a sculpture that was just a giant fish, and their pit crew was in a rowboat with a giant rowboat with a fishing pole, and they're just chasing the fish the whole time. Like, that's fun.
Yeah, I like the little extra elements that go along with the theme. It's very
Call
fun.
that pageantry.
Yes, the pageantry is wonderful, and I've been working with the Champions of Tomorrow award for the teenage teams the last couple times, and I usually start this year and last year, and I've stayed near the pageantry area at the plaza, and so it's so fun to be able to see the pageantry up close and just really fun and what people bring to that.
Champions of Tomorrow.
Champions
That's the one for like a younger team or a high
yes,
school team?
Yes, we have 4 this year. There are
So
4
many.
teenage teams, and then a couple of other teams that are largely teenagers or a combination, like my husband and daughter's team. They have a lot of teenagers on that one. But there are 4 teams that are all teens, and it's pretty cool. Now, Colfax High School's come up. McKinleyville High School has a new sculpture. Aiden was a ground pounder last year. He got really inspired. They built a machine. Like, it's great. He's got a lot of support.
Wow.
And there's the Rowan and Brody with their 4 shifts and giggles, that team that they really created their own machine with consultation with a bunch of other racers in the area. And then the pedal snappers team in Arcata, they
Young
had
kids.
Yeah. They also worked really hard, built a machine from scratch. After getting to race the Tempest Fugitives machine last year, they went for it and built a machine.
Do you hear that? Pedal snappers, those pedal snappers. So they, their machine is out.
Yes, very.
And they are unable to move their machine. But I saw last night at Crab Park, they were moving their art.
Oh yes,
So those teenagers, they have the art from their machines strapped to their backs.
They do. They're
Riding
biking
bikes through the rest of the
and
race.
they were kayaking on the water. They had their kayak, so they were biking. They had kayaks. They went down Dead Man's Drop with pantomiming their machine without the machine. So they've been a team without a machine.
That's hilarious, and that's glorious. That is so glorious.
Yeah.
That is so like right in the spirit of things.
Yes.
Speaking of the spirit of things, there is another award called the Spirit of the Glorious Founder Award, and that is for the team that just most embodies the spirit of Hobart Brown. I won that award once with a team of all nude pilots. So,
that was amazing.
So people are like, you know, Hobart with us. Oh, who's this?
Oh, fantastic.
Is that the wardrobe?
What is that? That is, it's hard to tell.
Another team coming across the finish line here, taking their glory lap. cruising around there in front of the KRFH main stage.
Oh,
The bandits?
yes.
You want to show?
Yes, it is. This one.
Team
123.
Picante Tres
Yeah.
Luchadores. What is a luchadore? That one. I do know that there are, like I said yesterday, that the at the end of the race there were 13 aces left.
Oh, that's pedal power.
But Team Sparky, the Kinetic Foster dog, lost their ace today, lost their drive,
But
and were
Sparky's
unable to
so
leave.
great though. Love Sparky.
Oh, and Sparky, they're out there adopting out dogs. You know, they've got dogs with them with the Square Humane Society, and they're cruising around, you know, encouraging people to adopt a pet.
And their pageantry are all the dogs running around the sculpture. It's so much fun.
Is that one? Now, teams are going to come up to the finish line here, up Main Street to the finish line at Brown there at the KRFH main stage. And then they're going to go continue to their spot somewhere on Main Street where they're supposed to go park. And then they'll go, like, you know, have a snack or something and chill out and watch the other teams cross until the award ceremony this evening. Where they're going to find out who won all of these awards. And we don't actually know yet. We don't know because the judges, they keep scoring and scoring. They turn in all their score sheets. The goddess is somewhere feverishly data entering into her massive spreadsheet. We do know a couple of things. We know folks that still have their ace intact. And I think once you get out of the water and are on the road, you're pretty safe, hopefully. Hopefully. But we do know that as of this morning, the team in first place for speed is the Humboldt Pie Factory.
That's a pretty amazing machine too, looking at the details on that one.
It's really pretty. I like the like burnished sort of steampunk aesthetic of it.
And you get closer, it's like, oh, it's pie, how delicious. And you get closer and it's not that kind of pie.
No, it's cow pies.
It's cow pies.
Oh, here we go. Flower Power is taking another glory lap. We're gonna,
We have some very fun
it's not
flowers.
Flower Power, it's Petal Power.
Petal Power.
Petal Power.
The Petal Power has little flowers though made out of water bottles, and painted plastic water bottles. That really fun. I've had one I've been trying to keep a hold of, like he's jumping off my my bribe collection. Oh, the bubbles are flying.
Some bribes are more long-lasting than others.
Some are a little ephemeral. Some are delicious, which is great. Those edible
true.
bribes are wonderful.
Like if a bribe's not going to last on my official bribe jacket here, I'd rather have it be something I can just consume.
Yes.
That's nice. Some teams go all out with the food bribes. And of course, plenty of teams cooking for everybody last night at Crab Park. Teams will set up a camp, and then many teams are vying for the award for best campsite, and will go out of their way to make sure that they're feeding people.
That's the way to do it. Right to the heart, through the tummy. Oh, so great seeing everyone starting to roll in. All that hard work.
We'll get kind of a clump of them here in a minute. Right now we're seeing either the fastest teams or the teams that were not acing, not racing, like Dwayne Flatmo's Craft there. You know, they left the fairgrounds and came in first. I think just to get the fresh glory. I think he's just in a hurry.
Why not? The space is open, ready to go.
Yeah, the crowd is eager to cheer.
I just heard a burst of fire.
Yeah.
I think that Tim Pendragon has a little fire
now
happening.
It's shooting fire. They're over there. They got it lit now. And that was Snowball. Is that Snowball in Hell?
Snowball in Hell.
That's who passed by. I like that one a lot. That's a really Snowball in Hell. There
that
we
was
go.
one of the tricky ones, but sometimes early on at the plaza when people are voting for their favorites, you're not sure which sculpture was which yet, and you haven't figured it all out. So that one was one that we had to wait. Usually have some notes on the bottom to try to figure it out, and the Snowball one was one that we finally sorted out which one that was.
And sometimes there's twinning happening. There'll be like last year there was 2 surf-themed beach mobiles
And 2 bees.
And two bees. There's 3 bees.
3 bees.
And a queen bee.
Yes.
So like sometimes these themes, they're just in the ether. They're just in the air. there, and people just grab onto, like, you know,
This
everybody.
year it doesn't seem like there's as many, like the duplicates.
Yeah, there wasn't as many duplicates this
No.
year. I don't think there was 2 snowballs.
No.
There was 2 machines that had a giant inflatable ball
Yeah,
attached to
the
top.
dream team with the basketball.
Who's this now? Oh, Hobart, here's the Who's.
Fantastic.
Hobart, here's the Who's. There should be a comma in that title. Hobart, comma, here's the Who's. Here's the Who's there. Lovely team coming in. They look like they've lost some of their accoutrement. Those trees used to be full of something.
They were the little Lorax trees, and now they're.
Oh no, they've been taken down to make needs somewhere. The Lorax is going to be really upset. Okay. Of course, all of Ferndale is out for this one. Many people coming down to Ferndale to see the finish line here at Main Street in Brown.
It's great having so many people cheer on the arts. It's really fun hearing people coming over from Reading and coming up down from Oregon and over from, who else came? I talked to a couple from San Diego who have been several times, and San Francisco and Sacramento. Many hot places, delighted to come here to celebrate fun,
Just get a
art,
little-
coolness. It's
Right.
really
Like,
lovely.
oh, this is summer in Humboldt. It's the official start of summer.
This is great.
Here in Humboldt, the Kinetic race.
But it's fun how many
Cliff
people.
and
this
Amy,
is the way they-
longtime Kinetic MCs there. Both professors themselves, both racers on different teams through the years. Yeah, I love seeing folks coming in from out of town, or I love explaining kinetics to people in other places. And they're like, you do what? Like, it's sculpture racing. You know, they're sculptures, but you race them. Like, well, how do you do that? Well, mostly pedals, but could be anything really.
Or people who are here for some other reason and they happen upon the race and they didn't know that they were going to be encountering this extremely amazing event.
Just trying to cross the street one
Like,
day.
and what's happening?
And there's like a 30-foot long lobster
Yes.
out there for some reason. Not sure what's going on.
Like what? Oh, I love that the reptile dysfunction machine has this giant tail.
Yeah, it's just
And
dragging their lip
dragging
tail.
their tail, but dragging it through Old Town. It was wonderful to hear the sound that it made when it was dragging. It was this wonderful hiss sound. I don't know if that was designed intentionally, but it made a very reptile-y, hissy sound as they're dragging their tail along. It was pretty good.
Reptile dysfunction.
Reptile.
Yeah, they have a little problem. It's a common problem though.
Yeah,
They're handing out little blue candies.
they are.
I hope they're candies. Yes. So yeah, teams crossing the Eel River. It's actually a relatively new innovation in kinetics. Teams used to go from Crab Park up the mouth of the Eel River, up the Morgan Slough, which presented its own challenges because it was totally dependent on the tide. Are those snipers? No, it's just spectators. It was totally dependent on the tide. So we'd get out at Crab Park and, you're waiting for the tide to flood in, you're waiting for it to flood, and then the tide would flood and the sheriff's posse would go look at the slough and they would say there's just not enough water. It's because the slough, when there's nothing in it, is a concrete ditch that's like a foot wide. And there's no way for the teams to get up there.
Oh.
So every once in a while, the water would just be so low that on the fly, without warning, the entire kinetic race would have to detour and go over Fern Bridge. And it was an absolute nightmare, and everybody'd be disappointed. So now, going under Fern Bridge, crossing the Eel River, instead of going up the mouth of the Eel River, it's not tide dependent, so it's much more predictable.
Yeah.
Of course, there's still the possibility of high water. There's still the possibility that it's going to be hazardous and they're going to call it off. But at the very least, they'll know ahead of time. They can tell a week ahead. Like last year when they canceled it, they canceled it a week out.
Yeah.
They knew that river was so high. It was just really dangerous. Nobody was going to be able to cross it safely. So they were able to do that. But now they can just get a little more warning.
It was fun being in the waterfront this time on the day 2 with the band. Usually I'm over at the water entry area, but this time I thought it'd be fun to be in the middle because we didn't have posters.
Like at F Street?
Yes, and the band was there. It was fantastic. Had the bubbles and the band and all these kids running around. It was great. Usually it's a little bit more of a crunch at that water entry or exit where people really want to see in one location.
Water entry is really tight.
Yeah, but in the middle
we got some kind of
they can spread out. Chain link.
Chain link.
Chain link gave some great chain bribes, and I know a few people who voted for this team for Spectator's Choice because they love the bribes they received.
Awesome. Team 131, chain links.
Those bribes, they really can influence even the spectators.
Now this little strip of Main Street here that we're looking at is actually the original race course. So in 1969, when Hobart Brown and Jack Mays decided to compete with each other, building sculptures, and they invited their friends to do it, a dozen machines came together and they raced down just 2 blocks, and it was these 2 blocks right here.
I love it that it's still able to come back to Ferndale every year and have that be such a nice, complete collection of cities to go through, and it's fun to come to Ferndale.
And it's a good cross-section of the county. You know, starting out in Arcata Plaza, which has a super lively town square that hosts lots and lots of great festivals and events throughout the year. Just love the Arcata Plaza. The fact that Arcata is lucky enough to have a proper town square.
Yes.
And not every town has that now. And it's good to have that center of community life. And they get to do that there. And then going out into the dunes, we have the world-class Weegi Dunes, of course, and then the bay itself, going through our trails, through some trees, up and down a small mountain and Table Bluff, back out to the beach. So many beautiful environments for us to play in.
It was fun also that Halverson Park, being able to have that Kinetic Festival with the Ink People this time. That was that was fun.
That was huge.
Yeah, it was a nice use of the park.
Yeah, when the finish line moved over to Halverson Park several years ago, it's like, well, why don't we just throw a party? And so we threw a party at the finish line, and it was kind of like the finish line party for the racers. And, you know, there'd be food or music or something, maybe a beer garden. You know, it's a good fundraiser for this free to watch event. Okay, who's that?
Trying the omnipiated.
Omnipotated? Team 101. trying the
We challenge all to pronounce.
Opinionated? Oh, like opinionated, but they're minions.
Yeah,
they're opinionated.
Yes,
they're opinionated. Trying the opinionated. This is Team 101. They did attempt to ace, and they do not any longer have their ace. But they're still getting plenty of glory here at the finish line. We're gonna stop, bribe the queen. We can see somewhere over there at the finish line, the reigning Rutebega queen for this year, Olivia Gambini, is out giving glory to the racers, which is her main job. And then actually when the teams go over to the award ceremony, it is the queen and her princesses that will be handing out the trophies and the awards, the physical awards to the contestants, to the racers. I believe Cliff and Amy probably emceeing that event as well. They've been announcing Kinetic winners for many, many decades. We're not going to be covering the award ceremony here on KEET TV. It happens much later today. But you can find those race results if you've been following the Kinetic Grand Championship all weekend at kineticgrandchampionship.com. They'll do that just as fast as they can.
Oh, it says Team Asgard Racing. Yes.
Team Asgard Racing here.
Depeche Cart.
Depeche Cart.
They've had a lot of fun with that. It's Mario Kart, Depeche Cart.
Okay. They were handing out worthy, not worthy bribes.
I got worthy last year.
I got worthy too.
Nice.
Oh, was yours
yes.
a hammer?
Well, this is from the year before.
I got the lightning bolt.
Yeah, I've got the hammer from the light before, but my worthy broke, and I had to fix my worthy.
Your worthiness broke. I didn't know there was a not worthy option.
Maybe you're not worthy if it breaks. Oh.
If you lose it, you don't deserve it in the first place.
It will return. Duct tape, epoxy, hot glue, welding. All these things are held together. Safety pins.
So day 3 starts out kind of boring for the racers. The last leg, Cannibal Island Road, heading out to Crab Park, it's just a long slog. It's a 5.1 mile bumpy country road. And it's the last thing they have to do on day 2, and the first thing they have to do on day 1 is come back up that road. And then the river itself, super duper challenging, and there's only so many people that can fit on that bank on the other side to watch. So not a ton of glory there. I mean, it's very, very glorious, but there's not a lot of people there to be cheering them on. And then they, so to come in through the bottoms and to come turn that corner onto Main Street. There's this one turn where all of a sudden you see the crowd and you can hear them and you can hear the band. It's like, oh, this is why I'm doing this. That's where we're headed. Just the lightness, the elation, and then to get to the finish line, do your little glory lap, park over there, just soak it all up. And then people are going around the finish line there, walking up and down Main Street, talking to the different pilots, looking at all the different machines. Plenty to see and do. And it's a great cherry on the top of everything. Whether you ace or not, whether you are really in contention for any awards or not, simply completing the race, simply doing the race at all, simply getting to the starting line is an accomplishment. But to come around that corner and see the crowd and know that you're almost at the finish line is a feeling like no other, that's for sure.
My family keeps asking me if I'm going to race someday. I'm like, I'm not sure, because I really like to wear these types of dresses, and these types of dresses would just not be good for some of the
pedaling.
I don't know about.
You can have the dress be part of the machine.
Yes. Ooh, I like long things.
Right. You could your machine itself could just be a ball gown.
That would
like
be
those cakes where there's like a Barbie in the middle of it,
and it could be the gown. That
so
would be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be pretty cool. So I've been trying to figure out, I haven't been to Dead Man's Drop yet. That's an area that I haven't gone to.
Have you never actually physically been to
I've always gone ahead to Halverson to set up a kids area.
Yeah,
so I'm always doing something for kids to promote the Kinetic Classic, like the kids race that happens this year, it's very excitingly in September, but trying to get families excited about Kinetic. So I just kind of bypass the mosquitoes and the sand and the long walking.
Oh my God, I love Dead Man's Drop. I love the Weegi Dunes. I love our beautiful dune forest. It's like just a beach like nowhere else in the world. It's so unbelievable.
I love the dunes at other times. I just haven't done it for this.
Yeah, there's plenty to do. But speaking of the Weegi Dunes, I can take this little lull in the action a moment to acknowledge that the Kinetic Grand Championship and all of the places that we live and work and play here on the North Coast are on unceded Wiyot land. And we are so grateful to be here and so grateful for their stewardship of our natural environment and the way that we are all welcome in a community together working with the Wiyot. And in fact, there's they are integral and involved in some course direction or some course planning of the Kinetic Grand Championship to make sure we're taking as good a care of Humboldt County as they have and as we all should be. And Kinetic Universe actually put in their Spectator's Guide, both in paper or at least online, they got some words in Salatluk, the Wiyot language, to help some visibility for that. So there's words for different places and different activities there in the Spectator Guide that the Wiyot were able to give us so that we could help share that, help teach that, help give some visibility to the tribe and their amazing impact for millennia on this beautiful place that we share. To the Wiyot.
Great. I love the Spectator Guide. Those are really fun. They're so beautiful this year too. They're beautiful with the poster. Also,
I have a lovely poster here.
Lovely
this artist
Spectator
is
Guide.
on Team Plan B, and they did this gorgeous poster. Y'all can see that. But you can find these Spectator Guides at the information booth as well as there's actually a downloadable one at kineticgrandchampionship.com if you want to download this. You can order the posters from them, I think, something like that. But you can definitely enjoy the beautiful artwork anywhere you can find it. And the Spectator's Guide here, good map of the race, is telling you all about where to go to see all the glory. But if you're not here right now, your place to see the glory is here on KEET TV. And after we are off the air, we'll be here until most of the machines have come across the finish line. We are, of course, streaming live at KEETtv.org, KEET.org, and on YouTube, on KEET's YouTube channel. So if you're loving this, maybe you're seeing us over the air on broadcast, maybe you're watching us online, but if you're enjoying this and you want to watch it again, or if you want to share the Kinetic Madness with somebody out of the area, or somebody who can't make it down in person, go ahead and send them that link on YouTube as well as on KEET.org. And thank you to all the supporters of KEET TV. This is a PBS station. We're public media. You know, we're here to serve the public in Humboldt County and to show off the great things about Humboldt County. And in my opinion,
Very great.
Kinetics is one of the greatest things in Humboldt County.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. When was your first year in Kinetics?
My first year, my dad used to have a sailboat when I was a teenager, and I remember being on his boat in the water off to the side and seeing the ducks go in the water.
So the Yakima ducks.
Yes, the Yakima ducks. That was my first kinetic memory a long time ago, but that was pretty iconic and special. But later, my daughter wanted to race, so we did the Kinetic Classic and started to. I lived once in an apartment downtown Arcata, and I didn't know it was happening. I didn't know it would go past my house on 8th Street. So that was I woke up to get my car out of the parking lot, but that wasn't going to happen. So I
It's being blocked by a whole
not
race.
happening. So I ended up getting to watch the racers go by, and then it all left really fast. And that was a fabulous surprise each Saturday.
I love all the little parties that happen along the course.
It's so wonderful.
Where it's like somebody, you know, for decades we've been, you know, grilling oysters for the racers, or we've been watching people go by. And you see them all along the course, these kinetic race parties, these traditional parties.
Or out in Lolita, really close to the crab park, there was a family that had a shaved ice station set up for the racers as they were going by. So the ones that weren't super worried about speed slowed down.
Stopping at some shaved ice.
At shaved ice. And we're talking about it later to the people who couldn't stop because they were on a mission to get to the finish line.
Ooh-wee.
But some had a more leisurely bike ride than others, I think, trying to.
And boy, weren't they in a hurry to get in last night. I was at the finish line. The course closes at 7:07, and I was there with Team Goddess, not Team Goddess Racing, who are a racing team, but Team Goddess, the team of goddesses that runs the game, that runs the event side, the game side of the event. There at the finish line, right at 7:06, the very last team to cross the finish line was Bounce for Glory. So they still have their ace. You know, really just cutting it close there, but Peter bouncing around, and he did make it in time, as did all of the other ace teams that were attempting to get that award.
I love that. I love it when they all get in just in time. The bouncing, though, that is just amazing how that works, the bouncing.
Yes, and Peter has the biggest calves of anyone I've ever seen. Just bouncing, and then the way he brakes, also with his feet.
Yeah.
His shoes are his brakes.
Oh. I wonder how much rubber he burns through on those shoes that he's doing that. It's pretty amazing.
And those Hoosier racing tires are very interesting. Of course, we had those on Hoosier Daddy, the craft that I was on for many years. And when they do drag racing, they have those enormous, big, wide tires for drag racing. And then once they use those once, they're garbage for drag racing. They can't use them anymore. And so they give them away, they donate them. So there's a bunch of folks who'll go and collect those Hoosier tires and then use them on the crafts, and you can kind of see the different ones that have that made that choice. Hoosier Daddy, obviously one of them. And then Bounce for Glory. There's been a few different ones. Henry Ford was one of them.
So I didn't know about the Hoosier tires. That's new information for me. That's pretty cool.
Well, because they're going to waste, right? So like once they, if you ever watch a drag race happen in slow-mo, those tires wind up.
Oh.
You know, they get completely like twisted as the hub winds it up, and then they shoot off, and in doing that, the rubber gets really, really damaged. So they're no good for that anymore. If they tried to drag race with them twice, they would just shred.
Wow.
But Kinetic's not putting down that kind of power. They're all right with the torques.
That's really cool. That's good to know. I've learned a lot more about things as my as Adam and Amira, my daughter and husband, have been working on their machine and learning so much. Like, it seems like they had a nice little incident hitting something on the way off the plaza, and their whole inside of their machine is skewed now at a diagonal. Like, the whole inside is not supposed to be perpendicular. It's now not. It's still parallel, but at a diagonal. So their whole machine's a bit wonky and delicate. There was a lot of U-bolts and carving up a bicycle late at night to make pieces, the tubes to stick inside of other tubes.
Oh, wow.
They're going to need some work before next year, but watching the problem solving is so fascinating.
Yeah, and that sounds about right. You know, we broke something, we hit something, and it all crunched and went sideways.
Yeah,
and then you fix it up, you know, and then you duct tape it back together.
Yep.
You get out on the course.
Yeah, they didn't know how bad it was till after the dunes, and a little scary. But it's fun watching them come up with more deep knowledge of how to fix things and how to plan for the next time. And it's fun seeing those machines that have been in the race lots of times, or the ones that are just brand new, and how they figure out the wisdom for the next time around. I think pedal snappers, those teenagers they're having such a catastrophe so early on right off the plaza there.
Absolutely.
They learned a lot, I bet.
Who was it that got the golden dinosaur, the first team to break down right after the plaza? Rowan Kurd and Little Swiss. That was another one of the young
pedal snappers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were so
rough.
excited. They've been working on it so hard. But it's been fun following their progress and making their machines.
And I love watching, like, you can tell people watch the race and then they're like, oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
Or I could do that better. I could definitely do that. And then, but you don't really know what you're getting yourself into until you get out there. I remember on my first year on Who's Your Daddy, I had this artwork, and I needed a machine, and my friend Carl had been building this machine, just the biggest one he could manage to fit into his garage, but he hadn't run it. So when I borrowed it to run it in the race, I just ran it, and it had never gone the race before. So I got to do the inaugural run, I got to do the shakedown cruise, and I've been piloting for a while, so I came through and I got this big list of stuff. I go back to my engineer, I'm like, here's what you need to fix. I give him this long list, and he's like, oh no, that's not a problem, that's not a problem, that's not a problem. This is fine, you're just doing this wrong, that's not a problem. I'm like, Carl, you gotta listen to me. He didn't want to listen to me. Okay, fine. So then the next year, we're racing again. This time, Captain Carl joined the team. So now he's actually on the craft, and we're going along. He's like, oh, this is a problem. I'm like, yeah, Carl, that's a problem.
It's like, that's what we said.
I was like, that's what I said. I'm going to show you this list again, and now you're going to believe me. I'm just going to pop it back out again. But that's what it takes. You know, it takes some experimentation and some failure. You gotta crash into the rocks. You know, you gotta hit a tree. You gotta break in half trying to get into the dunes. Here's some teams that still seem to be fully intact. Is there a craft out there, or are we just looking at some glorious pit crew? We might be expecting a few more crafts in the next, 45, 50 minutes. No, there should be some really soon. They did hold all of the teams at the fairgrounds until 1 o'clock, and then they could release them there. But it was only the teams that had made it to the fairgrounds already. So many teams hadn't made it there. They were still crossing the Eel River. I hear it is a very high, it is pretty high, but not too high, and there's a big sandbar. They're having the teams get in as far upstream as they can manage, and then follow the current down and way over to the left to get under the bridge as far over to the left as possible. Now that river bar used to be much bigger. There was a big sandbar, or a big sand shore all along the Ferndale side of the Eel River, where people could go down and sit down, picnic, watch the race, whatever. But then that really high river last year just washed it all out. Now if you see it, it goes like river, tiny little bit of sand, straight up to the trees. Yes. So there's almost no place to sit or to transition out of the water.
That looks a little harrowing as I was driving by looking at it.
That's for sure. And that's why they've made it a legal push. So as soon as the teams manage to get their rear wheels out of the water on their own, then their teams can take over. Their pit crew can come and grab them. And so their pit crew can pick them up, can move them around, can push them, whatever they need to do, and they can still keep their aces if that's what they're doing. And of course, if they're not acing, it doesn't matter. They can, they can pick their team up and carry them through the whole thing. They can drag. They shouldn't skip, because you should never go onto a trailer. But Fernbridge, luckily, in the last few years, they have installed a bike crossing. You can push the button and then climb up.
Because otherwise you had to not be able to bike across, right? Because it would be with
right,
really
because there's no shoulder.
Yeah.
And you're just in the lane of traffic. But now there's there's a button you push if you're going to go up and over on your bike. You can push the button and then get all the way across on there.
That's great.
It's still real scary.
It sounds a little.
And it's nearly a mile. It's a really long bridge.
Yeah.
It goes all the way from the cheese factory all the way over, or the former cheese factory, I should say.
Part that seemed really scary to me would be the riding on the actual freeway part, leaving Eureka.
Yeah.
That little section there where they actually have to go on Highway 101 and be next to the cars that may or may not slow down for them. That seems pretty terrifying. How's that?
They put up some event signage and stuff, and they try to warn people, but it's the 101. It's interstate traffic. There's plenty of people going through there that have no idea what's happening in Humboldt.
Why is there a strange thing?
They're just cruising through, and then all of a sudden there's something really weird next to the road, and then they realize that really weird thing is moving 5 miles an hour.
And there's more.
And there's more. What must people think of us? These crazy hippies.
Those big machines, though, the bigger ones, seem like they'd really just be super close to the car.
Yeah, if they're small enough, they could just run on the shoulder, and it's not too big of a deal. But if they're even a little bit bigger, they got to kind of hips into the road, just a little bit. And I've seen teams. I've been on a team where somebody came up behind us and did a honk and pass. They honked and they went to pass us on the left, but that meant that they got onto the freeway.
Yes.
And they actually pulled into freeway traffic. They were not, this is one of the reasons that the race has an age limit. Oh, who's this?
Oh,
the bull! All right, so
Hello,
the Humboldt Pie Factory.
Yes.
So far, best in speed. They still very well could be. We haven't seen any other ace teams crossing the line yet, so this might be the first ace team to cross the line. They had the best speed yesterday. If they're crossing the line first now, there's a good chance they've got the best speed today, and these may be our speed winners.
Wow.
Again, if you do want to see those race winners for yourself, you can go to kineticgrandchampionship.com. I'd say tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Is pretty safe to say. I doubt they'll have them up tonight, but who knows? Maybe they will. There's a local blog that used to cover it, the Loco, but one that the reporter that normally covers it is racing.
Andrew's been a little busy this weekend.
Humboldt Pie Factory, dropping cow pies all along the course.
So glorious.
They come behind us now to the finish line. They're right behind us here in front of the Ferndale Meat Company.
It's got a good horn.
I'm liking this a lot better. Last year we were over behind the Humboldt, behind the meat factory.
This is fun. We're much closer to the action.
We can hear what's going on. Last year we were just behind a building watching everything on television, just like y'all. But here we get to be a little bit more in the action. Speaking of in the action, thank you KRFH crew, Kinetic Merch, and the Kinetic Madness Band for helping to share the finish line. We're so grateful for the chance to get our cameras out there to be able to show the Kinetic Grand Championship live to folks here at home and all over the world. And I know the racers love it too, that being able to go back and watch themselves, being able to go back and share these memories with their friends and families later on or even right now. I got a lot of feedback last year after the live stream from folks who said, thank you so much for being out there. I can't go to the race. Either they're out of the area or there's something physically they cannot make it to the race. So getting to see this tradition that's been a part of their Humboldt life for so many decades just really means a lot to people. And I'm just grateful to be able to do that. So thank you for watching.
Yes.
And thanks to Kinetic Universe for putting all this crazy stuff on. And to the Kinetic racers that put so much blood, sweat, and tears and money and time and glory into all of this. Just an amazing thing.
I think 2016, 2017 was the first time I started being able to go out to Crab Park and see that starting off in the morning and just being extra dazzled by that morning push out of them to do that last day, that last bit.
Oh, yeah.
The energy is just phenomenal. That extra that it takes to do the third day is just outstanding.
So somebody's given Dwayne Flatmo a microphone.
Yay.
I'm afraid we can't hear them way over here around the corner. Can we? No, we can't hear what they're saying, but Dwayne is probably talking about Hobart. Because they're standing right in front of Hobart Brown's house and gallery. Hobart, of course, passed away in 2007, but the tradition that he started, the cult of personality that he started, is still going strong. And I think, somebody was talking about, once Hobart was gone, how amazing it is that people still do this. But I think really, the racers and the fans took over the momentum of it a long time ago. This is more than one person's worth of thing, but he was the mad genius that got everything. He's the kind of guy that could get you to build a crazy sculpture and see if it floats. This is the kind of, this is sort of the stuff he'd get his friends into.
You need someone to encourage you to say, yes, you should do that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hey, I had this idea. We're going to go cut down a tree and make spears out of it and go hunting boar in the Ferndale bottoms. That was the Humboldt Adventures Club.
That's cool.
It was actually the combination of the Mother's Day art race and the Humboldt Adventures Club, the Humboldt Bay Adventurers Club. When those two things merged is when the race turned into a cross-country event. Because before it was very different, 2 blocks worth of really weird drive mechanisms and walking sculptures and things. They didn't have to go very far. But here we have a great cross-country machine, the Grateful Squid, coming in. They had a hard time getting in the bay yesterday. They splashed in and then immediately dipped their nose in the bay, dipped their nose right into the water, pulled out, did a little maneuvering. I think they adjusted where their pontoons were relative to the center of mass of their machine, got back in the water, did great, and here they are, Skulls and Roses. The Grateful Squid. Was that a Grateful Dead reference?
Yes, I think so.
I think so. Something like that.
I love it when the teams have helmets that coordinate with the sculpture. There's several teams that do a wonderful job with that, and that's one of my favorite aspects.
Oh yeah, we'll see Pee-wee's crew.
Yes.
Pee-wee Hermit Crab.
And they were giving out bow ties. That was pretty. Yes, there were some good bribes that were bow ties that one of our pollsters had influenced her whole outfit. What a beautiful squid.
You'd think they'd be good in the water. Being a squid. That they would do well in the water.
Oh, definitely.
We don't know.
I love it. I'm thinking, so I work for the Humboldt County Library as the Youth Services Outreach Coordinator and get to do story times. And I'm thinking it would be so fun to have story time connected with all these different themes of the teams, because I've got a great squid book I really love.
Oh, cool.
On the biggest thing in the ocean. And I'm thinking that it would be pretty fun to coordinate with the wonderful themes. There might be some kind of kinetic story time next year.
Oh, I love that. I love that idea. Anything that gets folks involved in kinetic. This is wonderful marriage of technology, engineering, art, athleticism, glory hogging. So yeah, getting folks involved. Tell us a little bit about the Kinetic Classic.
That's one that I got involved with because my daughter wanted to race. She had her little, before she could even ride her bike really, she tried to do the little training wheels on there still, but she had over at Halverson Park at the Saco Amphitheater when you were coordinating that lovely event. On Mother's Day, we participated in it, and then I was face painting. You needed a face painter, I think, and I helped out as face painting at that event. That was kind of my first thing. She wanted to try it out, and she kind of did it on her own because I was face painting. I didn't even help her out. She just went through the obstacle course on her own. And then the next year, we got more involved, and they both decorated themselves and their bike and scooter. It went through as a little team, and it's just so great to see groups come together, either whether it's a parent helping decorate a stroller or some smaller thing with their baby to push through, the Rutebega Bouncers, or the Rutebega Rally, which is the little bit older kids that maybe can move their own selves on their bikes and scooters and tricycles, whatever. But they have a theme, they have some pageantry, they get involved in art, and usually it's a very family affair. It could be one child to 20 kids if they're in a team. play groups, daycares, school friends, after school programs, lots of that. The older kids encouraged to make a push cart, which is something that they push with one person on it, one person pushing, and then they switch. So they get to go through the obstacle course once and then trade partners. My daughter did that one time hilariously with a partner who is taller than her at a certain point by a lot. And when she was the one being pushed, they almost flipped. So we considered a Golden Flipper award for the Kinetic Classic after that hilarious experience. This year it moved from Mother's Day. It's been bouncing about a bit, but this year it's happening in September.
Okay.
So the idea that maybe there could be summer programs working on sculptures, or there could be ways kids could get some support and with racers or other, just get woven into the teams or woven into a little bit of the kinetic community to be able to create. So there was a little Fortuna race that happened last year, and a wonderful leader named Hope, who had her little one participate last time, and she's very excited about kind of being the host of the race this time. But I'm helping too, and there's a little KEET involvement too with the Leonardo da Vinci program that's happening.
Oh, cool.
That's coordinated with the Kinetic Classic that same day. So we'll have some hands-on projects and premiere of the little highlights of that very exciting Da Vinci event, and also the Kinetic Classic at the Jefferson Community Center. So it's all
perfect.
We're going to be a new home for that, because where we've done that Kinetic Classic for years will soon be a beautiful playground in Eureka.
Yes, the
So
Seiko Amphitheater is getting a playground.
There's going to be a playground there. It's a great little area right by the Adorni Center, and it'll be lovely to have that, but also partnering with the Jefferson Community Center to make this this event keep growing and developing. It'll be exciting.
Cool. During the 2 years off, or the 2 years online, I should say,
Yeah.
the Kinetic Classic was actually, they did an online event where they had the kids make little mini kinetic racers.
We tried doing micro-kinetics, which is so fun to do at events as upcycled materials, creativity, hot glue, wonderful, whatever you can do.
And they just played footage of them crossing in front of the plaza, like, oh, here they come, oh, there they go. I'm just see like mousetrap cars or like little
cool.
Hot Wheels or something.
Yeah, decorating Hot Wheels is really fun.
They're really tedious. Tiny little decorations.
Yes. Once you get over the fact that you like that Hot Wheel, you just glue some felt on it or something so you cover it up, and then you can decorate it. And then those are fun because you can go down the tracks and had some fun events with that.
And unlike the big kid race, you don't have to worry about actually pedaling it up a hill. You just pick it up.
Just up the. But I usually have a race track for that, so they have to go through a tunnel. They have to go through imaginary water. They have to
oh my God.
make something small in size.
I know all that.
But some of the kids want theirs to fly. They want a lot more out of there.
That's great. Yeah, we need that imagination.
Oh yes, and
we need lava. They want lava.
They'd like some lava.
The kids are like, this race is great.
They want
Could there be a lava hazard, please?
They'd like some sharks in the bay for.
With lasers.
They're like man-eating crabs. They want sharks with lasers. They do. But it's a lot. We didn't
talk a lot yesterday about the man-eating clams. There are, of course, man-eating clams in the bay, which I don't have to worry about, as not a man. But here we are, Plaid Max coming up Main Street.
And that one has fire too. They had a bagpipe player at the plaza to start things off at their pageantry that was really fantastic. We've got a great local bagpipe community, and it was loud and wonderful.
Yeah, we remember the bagpipe players. They came right by us right at the beginning of our broadcast on Saturday. Now we're in a cloud of bagpipes. Okie doke. Shooting fire out there. Plaid Max didn't attempt to ace this year, but they're definitely in contention for all kinds of other great awards. Possibly, assuming they didn't get on a trailer. I didn't grab the trailer information. I just grabbed the ace information from the goddess. But it looks like we still do have 12 teams acing, meaning 12 teams are in line possibly for that title of Kinetic Grand Champion. As well as awards in speed and engineering. You do have to have an ace to get an award in speed or in engineering, and as well as getting that grand champion title. You don't have to have an ace to win an art award, to win a pageantry award, to win Racer's Choice, Spectator's Choice.
No.
The Goddess's Choice. The Goddess has her own award. Now the Goddess, she's our goddess. She's our head judge. Runs all the judges, runs all the timers, does all the math. But she is also actually the head of the Corvallis race. She's the race director in Corvallis. Corvallis is one of the daughter races of the Kinetic Grand Championship up there in Corvallis, Oregon. It's very different, whereas our race is a triathlon that spans the county. Their race is more like a obstacle course. They go to a campground, a fairground, then they leave the fairground and go to each hazard each day. And where we have the Weegi Dunes and we have June's Dunes and we have Dead Man's Drop, they have a truck full of sand in a parking lot. Which is actually really challenging because you have to go up and down this pile of sand. There goes Plaid Max shooting some fire off for us, wowing the crowds.
Crowds are so happy.
Everybody's happy to be here. I love a kinetic crowd. just to have everybody so joyous. I think that, I feel like there's a piece of this is that it's free to watch.
It's free, it's fun, fantastic. Although some have invisible tickets.
There are invisible tickets, yeah. You can because Kinetic Universe is a nonprofit, people can purchase invisible tickets if they want to.
And they can be very happy. They can show them off.
Yeah, show off your invisible ticket. I have my invisible ticket. Lots of good stuff over there. KineticGrandChampionship.com, and they'll have different things going on throughout the year that you can get involved in. The Kids Kinetic Classic is one. The Rutebega Ball. There's lots of good fun stuff happening for that one. If you're still looking for some specific coverage about where teams are on the course, you can always tune into KRFH. They've got Glory to Glory coverage still going on. And they're actually doing a request race.
They are.
A request derby.
Yes.
So anybody that calls into KRFH and requests a song on behalf of a team or for a team, they'll play it on the radio, and then they're keeping a tally of which team has the most song requests.
They're also doing it on Instagram. People can message them through Instagram. The Speed Goats have my daughter has put in a few songs since on Instagram with them.
My favorite was, I've been listening to them, and my favorite was they played for Cliff and Amy because they are leaving to go on vacation. As soon as the race ends, they're leaving to go to Europe. So somebody requested leaving on a jet plane.
That's fun. I like to hear the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins was playing for the Earthshire.
Like the Leonard Nimoy song?
Yes, the whole thing.
For Earth, Wind, and Shire?
Yes.
That is fantastic.
They've had some pretty good. I think that the Four Shifts and Giggles have really put in a lot of requests. I don't know if their friends have put in requests or they've put them in for themselves, but they've been trying. I think they've been trying hard on that. Winning.
They're leaning into that one.
They're leaning into that.
Like, this is the award we're gonna get.
Yeah. Oh, and here they are.
Here is for Shifts and Giggles right there.
Shifts and Giggles, one of the teen teams. So the first teenage team to come in.
We're not allowed to swear here on the air. But it's easy because the name is Shifts.
Yes, Shifts
like
and Giggles.
Gear shifting for Shifts and Giggles. Was this one of the youth teams?
Yes, it's the first teenager team to come in today. They built this machine themselves, and they were very excited. I think they had some trouble early today, but they look pretty happy.
Good doing that glory lap. I think some of the youth teams can actually be at a disadvantage because they are starting from scratch. Now, I know the McKinleyville team, the pedal snappers, they inherited a machine. They got a machine that has done the race before.
Which one, the pedal snap?
Yeah.
Well, the McKinleyville team is as Aiden and the clown.
I got it backwards.
Pedal snappers are mostly
Arcata
High, but they're an 8 People Dreammaker project. So they're mostly based at Arcata High School, but they're the Chick Magnet.
The Chick Magnets and Plan B are in a dead heat there.
Here they come, Plan B
neck
and Chick
neck,
Magnet.
Plan B, pulling out, chasing those Chick Magnets.
That's one of my favorite bribes, is a little tiny wooden magnet with a chick on top. Cute.
But some of those high school teams, they'll use a used machine or they'll fix up an old machine.
Yeah.
Whereas some of them are starting totally from scratch. Like Colfax High, this is their engineering club. They actually take a class where they design a human-powered all-terrain vehicle, and then they spend the year building it, and then this is their big final project. But see, they don't get the benefit of having a machine that already exists, has been proven, or has even had a trial run. Their first attempt at the course is their first attempt at the course. When they get here, they got to get on that course and get going.
But they did, the Colfax team, they really had success throughout the course this year. They had trouble on their last year's team had trouble. Hello,
Yeah.
Plan B.
Look at all those bees. Oh, hey,
They're
we
such
match.
happy bees. They're really happy bees.
They're wearing, no wonder people think my jacket is a bee jacket.
You coordinate.
These folks are out here making me look like a bee. I said if I was wearing a bee jacket, I would have wings. What are those bees made out of? Is it barrels?
Yes.
Oh, is that their flotation?
Yes.
Oh, very
Isn't
nice.
that great?
There you go. Taking a little glory lap there.
Tight turning radius.
So it's always good. Plan B and their pit crew there crossing in front of the KRFH, the main stage there at the finish line. I love that there's a good spot for people to get some glory. I feel like that wasn't always part of the plan, but now it's because I was racing with Flatmo and he's always into a glory lap. You know, he'll always do it. He'll glory lap in the middle of the street. Like, it just doesn't even matter. But so like now it's more of a planned thing. They've got it organized there so everybody can go and glory lap there. Little spin.
I love that how the Kinetic Classic for the kids also get a little glory lap too. I think.
Oh yeah.
Training them early for the future racing. that a swing kid?
Is that a swing kid?
I think it might have been. They look like.
It was like Princess Chris.
Yes.
Princess Chris, the man-made mermaid. Our resident zaddy. Swing Kids is a neat team because they're actually friends who met because they swing dance.
They do. Monday Night Swing in Arcata, they recruit from that group every year. They learn a whole swing dance piece for pageantry, and it's kind of an extension of the experience of Monday Night Swing, which is pretty fun. They're a sweet group.
That's funny. You wouldn't think those two things would be connected.
I know, the swing dance and the racing, and it's gotten some people into racing. And Tom, the leader of that one, really likes rotating the pilots, so they don't usually try to ace because they like to switch out pilots to give everyone a chance to be able to be a pilot to get experience.
Because they have just a one pilot craft, right?
This one's a 3-person one.
Oh,
He
is?
made a new machine this year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's had it's had a little challenges this year, but he had created a 1-person machine. But I think he has a lot of fun with the team, and so to having a variety of people able to participate.
Absolutely, just doing the race is a huge accomplishment. It's a lot of fun, like Miss June does. You know, she's cruising around with a big crowd, just having fun, just giving people a chance to pedal, giving people a chance to participate.
Yeah, I think the Colfax team does that too. They all get a chance to take a turn at being a pilot. And they switch off quite a lot. I think just in the water is the time where they can't switch off. They were talking about trying to, but that would be hard to switch off pilots while you're in the water. I'm wondering where my little speed goat friends are. So many teams that have not made it in yet.
Yeah, a bunch of them not yet. Teams kind of spread out here over the course. It is a long slog all the way out from Crab Park, coming all the way through Lolita, all the way through the bottoms and into Ferndale. And they can't go on the main road. They do have to take an interesting little detour through the bottoms, through the cow fields there in Ferndale, just because of the way the freeway crosses some blind curves and some bridges where there's not a good shoulder, so they route them through the bottoms just a little bit. So it's kind of a long route, and they'll spread out by speed. I'm a little suspicious of how quickly Dwayne Flatmo got to the finish line today, but whatevs. Get the Kinetic Madness band over there. They have their signature songs, and then once they finish the finish line, they're going to cram that entire band over into the Palace.
Yes, that's great. It's a big band this year. It really is.
It's a big band and a little bar, but it's big fun. Big fun.
That's great.
bubbles there. Ferndale is such an adorable little gingerbread town here, tucked among the redwoods and the tan oaks, right at the gate of the Wildcat. If you're heading out to the true lost part of the Lost Coast. A beautiful town, and we're so happy that they continue to accommodate the Kinetic Grand Championship. And I know when Hobart moved into town in the 60s, he was like a weird artist dude plopping into the middle of cow country, and it was a thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, I was really glad I got to dance once in his gallery, which was hard with the belly dancing piece with a veil, and there were a lot of little metal sculpture pieces
to grab
everywhere.
onto, yeah.
Yeah, that was exciting. That's one of my early performances in the late 90s probably, and it was pretty fun, but I'm glad I had that experience, but that was hard with my big pieces of fabric to wield. What a cool space.
Yeah, it was definitely really beautiful. I didn't get a chance to go into Hobart's home and gallery until after he passed away. And the queens were, it was a freshly minted Rutebega queen at the time, and we were doing tours of Hobart's house to help raise money for the Kinetic Grand Championship. Because, as right around the time Hobart was trying to retire and pass it off, there was a lot of different organizations trying to work to make the Kinetics happen. And this is a huge event. Like I said, I've said several times, it's 10 events in 3 days on a holiday weekend. It crosses the entire county, and it's all free to watch. So all the spectators can come out and watch this. It's not free to be in it. It's not free to put on, but it is a lot of work. There's a lot of challenge, and we're just grateful that there's still folks who are able to pick that up and take it. Oh, we have here. So looking up beautiful Main Street, Ferndale. If you happen to be around here, go find a local business and thank them for letting us take over their town and turn it into California's craziest little party for just a couple of hours.
I think usually there are a good number of people that explore the stores and restaurants all along Main Street. So it's pretty,
that's
pretty
great.
fun.
There's community groups, Boy Scouts, and 4-H out here, and they'll be selling hot dogs or something, or promoting. It's such a great little community event. Just like Arcata has that town plaza that hosts all kinds of festivals, Main Street Ferndale, it's Main Street America. Like it might as well be. And in fact, it has played Main Street America in so many movies.
Yes.
I guarantee you have seen a movie where Main Street Ferndale was some adorable little town. I just learned a new one yesterday. I knew about the Majestic. Yes. I knew about, what was the one with the monkeys?
The Outbreak.
Outbreak,
yep.
And then yesterday I learned that in Joe Dirt, when Joe Dirt says he's trying to make his way back to Silvertown and he holds up a little picture of Silvertown, it's Ferndale.
It's Ferndale, aww.
It's just as iconic. It's an Americana cow town among the Northern California hills.
Well, that's so fun. My daughter got to go to Germany last year in an exchange, and then the German student that she stayed with came here. We got to have her come with us for a few weeks, and we came to Ferndale, and that was her favorite part of the experience of being in Humboldt County. It was it was right at Halloween too, so the town had it all decorated really fun. Yeah, they had little skeletons on all the lampposts, and they really had a fun time with Halloween here in Ferndale too. I think all the holidays they decorate the town, and that was her iconic little slice of Americana.
Yeah, my first trip to Ferndale was for the finish line of the Kinetic race, and I was like, this is happening in a little spot. It's not like that all the time. It's very different for the entire rest of the year. You see some bees carrying on down there, Plaid Max in their parking space, right next to Chick Magnet. They must be friends. So the teams will, once they cross the finish line, they go to their assigned parking spot, and then they mill around, they talk to the crowd, they show off, they describe things or explain stuff to people. They they'll pop over to the Palace for a drink, they'll go get some food, and then around 4 o'clock, I believe, the street's going to open back up. So the teams will go get their crafts, and they'll take them back over to the fairgrounds, to the county fairgrounds, where they will have their award ceremony. But that's not till much later, until like 6:30 in the evening. So they're going to take their machines over there, and then they'll be hanging out over there once this has sort of dissipated. Yep. Now, teams hopefully are really close to the finish line right now. The course started today at 10:33, and they got to cross the river. They got to get all the way here. So, hopefully they're all going to make it, but sometimes it takes them a while.
Yes. I just found out that my daughter and husband's team just got out of the water.
Oh, just
So
now?
teams are getting out of the water now, apparently, still.
Well,
But
that totally makes sense.
I drove through a couple hours ago, and they were looking like they were about ready to go in the water, so there might be a lot of teams that are navigating water.
Yeah, the water crossing is very controlled. Like yesterday, there's only one boat ramp that they can get into. They have to go in one at a time. And it's not necessarily true on the Worswick Bar. They don't have to go in one at a time, but it is a narrow little path that is specifically laid out to avoid snowy plover nesting sites.
Yes. Darling little nesting birds.
So they want to make sure that the
Fever, Team Pineapple.
Team Pineapple, reigning champs, defending their title. Beaver Fever this year. What were they last year? Trashlantis. Always excellent art themes from these folks. Super fun. Beaver Fever Team 111 still has their ace intact.
I think Discotronic slipped in there really quickly too.
Oh, look at Discotronic.
Yeah, Discotronic was right there on the.
Haha.
Wow, Beaver Fever, Discotronic. That was quick.
Now these are some bigger teams, but both ace teams and both currently ace teams, Beaver Fever and Discotronic, both currently have their ace. Both of those teams are in contention.
Neck and neck there.
Right there, yeah. They're competing for that title of Grand Champion. There's no telling who it's going to be, but it is going to be the team that has the best overall score across art, speed, and engineering. Now, if you can have a team that's pretty fast, there's a good chance it has good engineering. Now, if you got something that actually works and you're pretty good, you're pretty fast with it, there's a chance you got something really smart going on. You're going to get some good engineering scores. And art is just this totally other thing. You can be super fast and have no art at all, or you can have really amazing art and just not be super fast at all. But the speed and engineering are more connected, a little more tied. But when you really unlock that formula, when you really hit all three of those at the same time, that's what puts you in line for that potentially that Grand Champion title. And both of those teams, or both of those machines, have one. Discotronic, that machine was a different team. Several years ago, they were the Trilobike.
Yes.
Trilobike Diner. And they won Grand Champion 3 years in a row with absolutely excellent artwork and super fast speed and some pretty good engineering.
And great pageantry too.
And great pageantry, yeah.
And love very, very detailed art. A lot of fun branding.
So now those racers have retired and they passed their machine on to another team who's doing their own thing with it. I really like Discotronic. It's my mother-in-law's favorite because it's all sparkly. She says everybody's sparkly. Everybody's their own kind of sparkly. And a bunch of different versions of sparkle.
And they've had a lot of good soundtrack action across the race.
Discotronic.
Yes. There have been some fun songs on KRFH in honor of Discotronic as well.
You can see folks in their kinetic get-ups. I love how longtime race officials and dignitaries will have a garment, and that's their kinetic thing. That's my kinetic vest, or that's their kinetic shirt. Matt Filar out there in his puffy shirt. He's very proud of his puffy shirt.
Yes.
And his vest. Told me today he weighed his vest and it weighs 5 pounds.
Yes, that's amazing.
I said, sweetie, put on a sequin dress. You don't even know. He's like, it's so heavy. He's like, have you ever worn beads? Kinetic Madness band there. Speaking of traditions, they've got their traditional songs and dances and things that they love to do. I saw somebody make a Lego replica of Main Street Ferndale. Whole Lego. Oh, Dwayne's back out.
The dragons come back for more.
Coming for more glory.
More glory. That's great.
Shoot some fire, Dwayne.
Fire, fire.
People hanging out all up and down the street here. Main Street Ferndale. Several, just a couple thousand people already, I think. From one end of the street to the other. There's a dance party. Discotronic has popped up a dance party way at the far end there. Dwayne's taking a glory lap. And who's this? Oh, that's Dwayne again.
This is Tin Pan Dragon.
Tin Pan Dragon, confusing us. but looking good. 148. All right. Let's hopefully get some more teams coming down here. Always gotta love the finish line.
They know how to encourage the crowd to be yelling and screaming.
Yeah. Yell for
They
us.
want more glory.
Don't make us. Okay. Dwayne doing his thing. That thing is made out of all recycled aluminum. You can see some aluminum siding, some refrigerator coils, a couple of crutches. When we built the body for the armored carp, which was the base of that, there wasn't an aluminum pie plan or jello mold left in the county. We sucked them all up, pop riveted them to a machine.
That is great.
And it jives with the kinetic ethos of sustainability. We're making these human-powered crafts. We're trying to leave no trace, not only as an event, but also as racers and as fans. And then to make a machine out of recycled materials itself, just going to add an extra layer of that. Like the Bull Humboldt Pie Factory. Now let's see, who's this? We got another team coming down. It's the one that's a little. This is a truck.
This one is.
I saw these guys putting motor oil in something yesterday, and they're like,
Is
that
it the
should hold
Sailor
it.
Moonshiners? No.
Oh, it could be Sailor Moonshine, but there's something else this year. Can you see the number on that one, guys?
I don't.
I don't.
Whoa, that's
but they're
cool.
popping a wheelie.
Fancy trick.
I'm going to assume they're doing that on
It
purpose.
is Sailor Moonshiners.
Team 141 Sailor Moonshiners
I didn't know it did that.
with their little moonshine truck.
How
They
fun.
saved that. They saved their party piece for the race finish.
That's pretty fun.
Last night at Crab Park, waiting for all the teams to come in. Of course, I said that the bouncing friendly Bounce for Glory came in 7:06. Just made it right before the course closed, and then they were sitting there like waiting for everybody to pull in, and they're like, well, the Shire, the Shire was moving really fast, but the other Shire wasn't, so they were sticking together. All 75 of them.
That's pretty amazing.
All three crafts. And so they came mobbing in like the entire Shire all at once, all three hills of it.
I love it. That's kind of like the Rutebega Rally and the Kinetic Kids Classic. It's just
They have
about
to
that
go
teamwork,
together.
and you have
Yeah.
to go together. You can't leave anybody behind.
Yeah, and if your teammate needs help, you gotta help them.
Gotta help them out. Oh,
Ooh, look at this.
fantastic!
These guys with their airfoil.
Love it.
What team is this?
Bayou Bovines.
Buy you something?
Yeah, the bovines.
Bayou
They've got the cows.
Bovines.
We've got a goat sculpture and a cow sculpture and a bull sculpture. I guess there is a bit of a theme there this year.
Yeah.
Like farm animals. We have chick magnet. We have
little
a
bit.
lot of little farm animals.
Little cow pies.
Yeah, the cows.
Couple of cows.
Yes.
Bayou Bovines. All right. See the Rutebega Royals out there. If you see somebody in a particularly sparkly or particularly large gown or something, especially if they're also wearing a crown, there's a good chance that they are a Rutebega Royal. Because if you run for queen, if you attend the Rutebega Ball and attempt to be the queen, you earn the title of Rutebega Princess, which is a huge accomplishment. Of course, there's only one queen per ball, but then some princesses really take that title and run with it, like yourself. Shoshanna here, not just a Rutebega princess, but evolved into the Rutebega Fairy Princess,
Yep.
taking on the full control of the Kinetic Fairy Collective.
Yes, which mostly does little random things and makes some cookies and
Well,
helps out here and there and loves
you-
the upholstering.
If you have a flock of fairies
I've
at your
flock.
beck and call.
I do. They're
need
getting
10
to be
fairies.
older teenagers. I need the new generation of fairies. My own personal collection of fairies are older teenagers right now, and they
Need more
have
fairies.
their own. Yes.
Should have a fairy festival.
yes.
Get some more fairies involved. Yeah, I love seeing, like you said, the young crews, the the high school, the student crews, you know, and then there'll be college folks. There was an engineering, I think Team Tempest Fugitives started out as a bunch of engineering students from Cal Poly when they graduated, or as they were getting close to graduation, they put together a machine. So it's like actual engineers, you know, mechanical engineers, and they did not win. Not at first.
Not at first, but later.
Eventually, they were the first three-peat, at least the first three-peat in the modern era. Team Melvin could have three-peated, and of course the Galumpi brothers, way back in the day, won probably 6 or 7 races in a row.
Wow.
Well, that was back before when it was just a race, when you had to make a sculpture and then race it. And so they were really pushing the boundaries of what sculpture meant.
Yes.
But they were really good at racing. It's just an example of how that racing, or how the scoring has evolved through the years. What gets scored and how is a matter of collaboration that has been sort of tweaked and worked through for the 5+ decades of kinetic sculpture racing that have been happening. They're closing loopholes, they're trying to make it fair, because they really want that Grand Champ to exhibit the best possible qualities of art as well as speed and engineering. And so it's just taking some tweaking to make that happen. They've got a pretty good scoring scheme now, but even now, the Goddess will hold a scoring committee after the race to check in and make sure that there's not something that needs to be fixed. And those rules do change.
Can you think of any rules that have changed that you were really happy about over the...
You know what? I actually came up with the You Clever Rascal Award.
Oh, that's a cool award.
And it's implemented slightly different than I intended it. But so the idea that I had was just an engineering award for somebody who doesn't ace.
Yeah.
So it's just a non-ace. Just anybody at all could get the You Clever Rascal Award for doing something amazing engineering-wise, whether or not they get an ace. Because you can't get first, second, or third place in engineering unless you win your ace.
Yes.
But sometimes people do something really cool, and it just deserves some kind of recognition. And I was thinking specifically of some teams that are like just for show, it's just really cool stuff, but they can't possibly ace. And it turns out, I think they do it where it's a non-ace team. So it has to be a team that's not attempting to ace, as opposed to a team that doesn't ace, which is a little different. Lots of teams race and they don't attempt to ace at all, and that's fine. You know, it's part of the party, it's part of the fun. They're still eligible for art and pageantry and other great awards. And so they focus that. So if one of those teams who doesn't even attempt, they might be able to get a You Clever Rascal Award for engineering. But I was just thinking about people that do something really, really new and really interesting, but they don't succeed.
Yeah.
But to just encourage that, to encourage people to keep experimenting, keep trying new things, and to just keep going. Like, yeah, you tried that, it didn't work, but it could work next year. Reiterate, fail faster, toss it out, build it up again, learn what you can, and move forward. Is this another team coming in, or is this Dwayne taking another glory lap? So who is this one? I see fire. Is this art? Is that what it is? That might be, is this art? Or this is art?
This is art.
This is with a question mark. This is art? Team 115 and Ace team
This is
still
art.
has their...
It's just hard to say it
still
correctly.
has their ace. This is art, Team 115. This is art.
This is one of those ones for Spectator's Choice that I had someone say, the one with a seahorse that has a little seahorse on the back. It took me a while
like
to
one
figure
tiny
out.
seahorse.
Yes.
Like, that's the thing I like, is the seahorse.
Yes. We try as the people taking people's votes. We really try to make sure we match it up. Little ones will say, the one that's pink that had a bunny. We're like, oh, it's the Serial Contenders, Trixie, Team Goddess Racing. But, yes.
Now I'm interested, as you're talking to people, are you finding a lot of folks coming in from out of the area?
Yes, and I often can, usually when they're viewing, they usually are pretty organized, like they've got their seats, they've got a spot to be, they seem like they've attended with a plan, and they're always really excited to talk about where they've come from, because they're so delighted to be here to be a part of the experience. They've heard about it before, they happened upon it one year, and they decided to make their plans around the race to really be able to celebrate and be a part of it somehow. They love to get bribes, they love to be able to check out the teams up close and personal, and they travel from hot places, other areas, and they've just made it be part of their Memorial Day celebrations to come here.
Cool. I love that idea that people are coming here because like environmental tourism is a big thing in Humboldt because we've got some really beautiful just places, to glorious trees and beaches and trails and wonderful ways to go and just get really out into nature and to be in touch with it. And Kinetics is that, and
yes,
and
more.
On top of that, we're also this crazy community of artists who will spend a lot of effort to do something totally ridiculous for whatever reason. Could be anything. Look at that Main Street there. Here, Cliff over there on KRFH, Cliff and Amy, holding it down. They've been emceeing so many Kinetic events for years and years. And of course, it wouldn't be KEET TV if we didn't show every dog we could manage to get on camera.
There have been some pretty cute dogs during this weekend.
So many cute dogs. Oh, we got another dog. Oh, there's a crowd of dogs. Is Sparky somewhere close by? Are these adoptable dogs? No, these are somebody's dogs. Sparky did lose their ace today, but they're still glorious in the race. An excellent machine. And they are out with some dogs to adopt. They'll be spread out a little bit now because they had to do so much over the road and so much getting into the water, but it sounds like teams were getting into the water up until not too long ago.
Yes.
Since they're not dependent on the tide, I don't know how long they will let teams get in the water, but if they're not waiting for the tide to turn, then there shouldn't be anything stopping them. So the Kinetic Madness Band is playing Sweet Caroline.
There's a lot of
and you can hear the entire crowd. They go, Sweet Caroline. They'll go, ba, ba, ba. It's like the whole crowd behind us.
They're a great band to get the whole audience participating and keep the energy exciting and fun.
And the only band outside of Texas I've ever heard play Elvira.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good. Oh, is this the team Colfax High School? They're...
Who is it?
I thought I saw their ship. They're not sure, but maybe not.
Another ship of fools?
Oh, the catering service.
The catering service?
They make food.
Is that a team?
It is not a racing team. No, not. But they make pizza.
Okay.
That's lovely.
Last night at Crab Park, I came across my son's kindergarten teacher from a little while ago. No, he's not. and as well as some other people from his school. There was a bunch of teachers from Alice Burney Elementary in Eureka who were doing the catering for KRFH camp.
Oh,
I know, it's
that's
just
so
so
great.
great. So many little jobs to get done, so many little crews that are popping in.
the other one's just the ghoul.
Who is it?
The ghouls.
Hobart,
Ghoul
here's
hunters.
the
I think
Ghoul hunters.
they were shown for a second. I think they're coming in.
Is this the Ghoul hunters
No, these
here?
are the catering,
Oh, I see.
the pizza makers, but there was a little shot of the ghoul hunters.
But it does look like the Ghoul hunters did cross the finish line, so that's good. Still waiting for Trixie, the serial contender, another ace machine. Humboldt Pie Factory crossed in first, going super fast. Asgard Racing is across. We haven't seen Speed Goat 107, your family.
No.
We haven't seen Chasing Rainbows just yet. We've seen Beaver Fever, Discotronic.
Yes.
We haven't seen the Tempest Fugitives in that polka dot party.
I love the polka dot party. They were doing a full polka dance at Pageantry that was so much fun, and then they were giving polka lessons later. Like they
polka,
were
like the dance
polka.
polka.
The dance. They had polka dots. They had polka dancing. They had polka music. They were really very comprehensive in their polka experience.
Maybe their pageantry, it just said polka dots.
Yes, it was great.
Just dots, lots of dots.
But they've been
So many dots. I suppose you can't go wrong.
But they've been doing a great job with the polka dots theme.
I like a theme like that. That's real easy to pick up. Tootsie Rolls Kinetic Cabaret. That's the catering.
The tasty pizza makers.
Tootsie Roll. I couldn't see who it was, but now they pass us by. I see them. That is Princess Tootsie Rolls. She's a Rutebega princess, and she's taken it upon herself to be the catering arm of Kinetics, and she'll go cooking everywhere on the course. A couple of years ago, she was chicken and waffles.
Oh, that's right.
She'd be out. She was out at Crab Park making chicken and waffles, but they were like a Kinetic chicken and a giant waffle.
That's fun. Oh, Chasing Rainbows.
Oh, here we
Chasing
go.
Rainbows has arrived. I loved it
Team
at our
108 Ace team still has their ace Chasing Rainbows.
That's great. Looking out across the field at Crab Park, I kept seeing the rainbow. It felt like there was a real rainbow in the sky all the time.
Aww.
A lot of kids were asking about the leprechaun sculpture.
I'm not sure who all is on this one, but I have a buddy, Marcus, who's on this team. And I was with him his first year. He actually attended a Kinetic University over at the Kinetic Lab. Ken Beidelman and those folks organized to try and get people involved, try and get more people building. They organized a Here's How You Build a Kinetic Craft seminar weekend.
They should do that again. That sounds brilliant.
Yeah, and so he went to that, and he came home and immediately cut up a futon. And so he made his first craft out of some wheelchairs and a futon frame.
That's fun.
And he aced, I think it was either that year or that next year, with his incredibly heavy machine. That was Disco Inferno. We made a giant disco ball and it shot fire out the top of it. So that's Chasing Rainbows. I like their leprechaun costumes.
Yes.
I like their variety of leprechauns that they have.
Lots of green.
Pretty good. Okay. All right, we've got a lot of teams coming in here, still some left to go, but we're going to go ahead and give some glory to our glorious sponsors, underwriters for KEET TV.
Support for this program is made possible by Art Center Arcata, artist run for the artist and everyone. Paint, paper, and cool fun stuff. Independent and locally owned. Located on the Arcata Plaza. Humboldt County, California, home to the tallest trees on Earth, is the perfect playground for exciting outdoor adventures for all ages. Come and experience our natural beauty, ancient forests, and breathtaking vistas. Support for this program is made possible by the Hotel Arcata, blending the timelessness and charm of historic Arcata with modern comfort and character. On the Square in downtown Arcata.
Am I closing, yes or no? Hi, okay, great. So we're waiting for the rest of the teams to come in here. You know, they kind of spread out on the course on this day. They got a little ways to go. I wonder how they are doing on the water.
I don't know. I got it almost there from the team that I'm connected with, but the people are still working hard on it. I'm so glad there's an organized dance number happening at the finish line right now.
Speaking of working hard.
They're working so hard.
Out there, some teams do bring their pageantry all the way through. Of course, the speed judging is what it is. It's just timing and math. But the art, engineering, pageantry judges, they are there all the way through race close, which I believe is 4:30 something today. So there's judges over there giving the scores. You know, carrying your pageantry all the way through the race. It's very entertaining to people, and they'll get some extra points for that probably. Can't go wrong with a good organized dance number that we can't hear.
Yes.
It has taken a big effort to get this out on the air, out on broadcast, even live streaming. It's an incredible logistical challenge. I'm personally grateful that KEET TV is covering this. I've been involved in kinetic racing for over 20 years.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I absolutely love everything about it. And to get to share this with people is just such a wonderful thing.
Yeah,
Especially I can explain to my mom what on earth I mean. It's like, you do what?
I love that. I was talking to Ken at the Kinetic Lab, and he said this is his 40th year racing.
40 years.
42 years he's been involved, but 40 years racing. Like, that's just so fun when you get involved in something and you feel like you're really into it, but no, you're at the very tip of the iceberg, and there's so much more.
Oh, yes.
The layers of experiences. It's just fun to.
Oh, yeah.
To watch the many years of it.
I spent 7 years on Dwayne Flatmo's crew between peon and pit crew, and I thought I knew everything about racing, and then you go into the royalty side, and because now I'm a Rutebega queen, I've got a crown, and now I have to go everywhere on the course, and all of a sudden it opens up all these other doors, all these other possibilities. And then there's the race side, the organizing event side, the judging side. Folks often kind of go from one department to another. Oh, here comes those Tempest Fugitives.
Yeah, and there's Colfax, the Not Sure, and the Polka Dot Party has arrived.
Aardvark there.
And I see the Kinetic Paranormal Society twirling around.
Oh, here we go. We're getting a clump of them now.
Everybody's coming at once.
Let's see if they can see who can get to the finish line
Looks like
first. Because you got to go, you got to get
dots.
up there and then get your glory. Tempest Fugitives, three-peat grand champions several years ago, hoping to recapture some of that grand champ glory.
Ooh, it's smooth spinning around in the middle. Those polka dots are so fun.
Polka Dot Party, Team 114 still has its ace.
And Colfax high with the Not Sure.
Yeah!
They've been having lots of fun with the Not Sure joke all weekend.
Not sure.
Yeah, it's not like
Not sure.
I'm not your tie. And
we were just discussing yesterday whether or not a team could use a sail, and then this team popped up right behind me with their sail, but I don't think that is a useful sail. Can they move it? It looks like it's just just hanging there.
Just hanging there. I haven't seen it in any other position.
Because a sail without rigging is just a flag.
Yes. Maybe they could argue it's a flag.
But if you can manage to utilize a sail, I've seen kinetic crafts that had sails and used them. It's most useful on the water where you have room to tack around. But on land, if the wind isn't at your back perfectly aligned and you've got to stay in your lane of traffic,
making it harder for you.
Yeah.
Or you turn. Yeah.
Then it's just a scoop. Then it's just an air brake.
An air brake, yes.
Is that a frog? Is it a cicada? Oh God, the cicadas are here.
Oh. Oh, that would be the pedal snappers. That was the teenage team with their pantomime machine that didn't make it through. So that's the, what is it, the 109, I think.
109, Robin Curd and Little Swiss.
Yes.
So Robin Curd and Little Swiss,
with
the
their
pedal
invisible
snappers.
machine.
Get it? Whippersnappers, pedal
They've
snappers.
been keeping the glory up all the time, though.
So their machine broke,
Right off
but they
the
took the art off of their machine and strapped it onto their back.
Yep.
And they managed to get it all the way to the finish line
They
of
were in
that.
kayaks. They were in kayaks on the water.
Oh my God. There's this person on a very tall bike. I don't think that's a craft. I think that's just somebody out enjoying the race. Somebody racing along with us, which people definitely do.
The hermit crab has arrived.
The Pee-wee hermit crab.
It's big adventure.
Pee-wee hermit crab's big adventure has extricated itself from the basement of the Alamo, got past Large Marge, and they got Jambi out front. Remember what Jambi said?
Yes. Oh wait, no. I used to watch that, but I don't remember.
Mecca High.
Oh, Mecca Honey Honey Ho.
Mecca Honey Ho.
Yep, it was there.
My favorite was always Miss Allegra. Allegro. Allegra is a drug. Allegro is light and lively. Cherry the chair.
Yes.
They have several Pee-wees. You can see their team shirts are actually Pee-wee suits with bow ties. They're giving out bow ties.
And then they were giving out some nice bow tie bribes. People were enjoying.
I want to say hi to a member of this team, first-time racer, Deb. She's a friend of mine. Welcome to Kinetic Madness. You're never getting out. You will be here forever.
Yeah, there's a lot still to come in. The Earth, Wind, and Shire hasn't come in yet, and that's a big one. And
yeah, let's see.
So
We've seen
many
Chick
more.
Magnet. Have we seen Sparky? Or
no,
Sparky broke, right?
Sparky
can't.
has a hurt paw.
The Rat Rod. We haven't
Rod
seen
has
Fun
not come
Guys
in
team
yet.
the Rat Rod.
They were having, I heard on KRFH they were having a little trouble too.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Cloudy with a Chance of Clowns.
Nope.
We got a good list here of folks that have not come in yet, but plenty of teams have crossed the finish line. They're posted up here on Main Street. Teams are milling about. You see Queen Glitterina there in her long sparkly pink dress.
Fabulous dress.
The Queens, they're often out there cheerleading, getting the crowds involved, sometimes just solving problems, making people happy. And then sometimes the Queens really take on additional duties. In fact, Kinetic Universe, the nonprofit that currently runs the Kinetic Grand Championship, was started by Rutebega Queens. When Hobart was getting ready to retire, he was trying to find somebody to run the race. He engaged a group of nonprofits, and long story short, they sent out a press release that said there isn't going to be a race this year, and the Queen said, I don't think so. And so they started a nonprofit, Kinetic Universe, just to get the race going again. See there, the Kinetic Paranormal Society in the Magical Wardrobe. Ooh, who's coming in?
This one.
Who's this? Somebody moving fast.
Oh, Eve's Funktastic Voyage. Yes, they had a very funky vibe.
Oh, cool, and they are moving. They look like they are trying for a speed award. Are they in contention?
Sure. I know the Kinetic Paranormal Society this time is the metaphysicists. Oh,
there's
is it
Trixie. Trixie, the serial contender.
Team Goddess Racing.
Team Goddess Rating pilots. Totally blanking on everybody's name now.
Tina Kerrigan.
I'd say Kristen and Tina. Yeah. Tina's coming down from Oregon. She's a team captain there. They love bunnies and hot pink. I think they just
Pink
really like
sparkles
hot pink
and the eyes. I love the eyes on that sculpture. See, I've got my
Silly
dream
racers.
sculpture in my imagination, and there's definitely going to be something with eyes.
What is that Kinetic documentary from back in the day that the eyes move, or the mouth moves and the eyes blink? Team Goddess Racing taking their glory lap. Now, Trixie there is still an ace. They still have their ace. They're still eligible for awards in speed and engineering as well as art, and possibly even a grand champion. That's it. You know, there's a lot of really good art out here. And when the art is kind of all on par, you know, it's all really quality art, you're going to start looking towards those race times. You're going to start looking towards those speed awards to see who you think is going to get the grand champion. And then interestingly, if you win, if a team wins,
Speed
tell you
Goat.
about that in a second. Speed Goat, here it comes. You want to go say hi?
This is my husband and daughter. I'll at least be able to turn around and watch them come in.
Speed Goat coming in.
Luckily,
so clearly they made it into and out of the water just fine.
Yay! They really wanted to aim for speed this time. They were pretty zippy last year. Their machine did have a little bump early on that made their whole inside skewed.
Yeah, and so far as we know, Speed Goat Team 107 still has their ace. So that means they are eligible for
I got a text that
awards.
seemed like maybe they have to go to court to defend their ace. So maybe something happened. I don't know what.
They do?
Yes, they have to try and I don't know anything about it, but I didn't know that was it. What does that mean? If someone has to, is there just a judgment call they have to try to defend?
Well, I think that I'm guessing, but in the past there have been times when one team sees another team do something that would disqualify them, but it wasn't a judge.
Yeah.
So they have to report it, and then the team has the opportunity to answer for that.
I think they have to go to court.
Yeah. So if it's an ace judge and the ace judge says you're out, then you're out.
Yes.
There's no appealing that decision. But if another team says, you know, I saw you push, or I saw you do, you know, switch out pilots or whatever, then I think that team gets the opportunity to answer that accusation. So I hope nothing.
Drama. Who knows? I don't know what happened.
Wouldn't be kinetics without drama.
They weren't texting me very much information from the course. I think they were busy.
I bet.
I get one-word answers.
And we can see the Kinetic Paranormal Society over there, Bartleby and the Magic Wardrobe. It's one of those great teams that's just out there for funsies. You know, they do race legitimately. They race the entire way, but they make an illegal use of magic during their run. So that is, I'm afraid, against the rules. You cannot use magic. You can, however, use wind, sun, water, and moxie. And you can also utilize the help of friendly aliens. That is the kind of aliens from outer space as opposed to outer countries. But you have to introduce the aliens to the judges ahead of the race, and that is in the rules. If you want to, you know, have a UFO-powered kinetic craft, technically that's okay. Yeah. But you have to introduce those alien friends of yours to the judges ahead of time. And so far, nobody's done that.
That'd be cool.
It could be.
They came from really far out of town for that one.
They came from really far. I had an idea of doing a kinetic craft that had a UFO on a push rope. You know, just had a UFO out in front of us so it looked like we were being towed by it. This is our friendly aliens.
I'm a big fan of spinning, and I really like how much the Kinetic Paranormal Society has been spinning at the finish line here. A lot of twirling happening.
That's what happens when you're being driven by a sock puppet.
Yes, Bartleby's he's a pretty good driver.
Apparently.
He has a podcast. They've been calling it audio bribes that they have their podcast for the Kinetic Paranormal Society. So they've got 25 hours of audio bribes available.
Brr. It's got a little cold here. The finish line all of a sudden. Our floor crew is bragging about how much clothing they're wearing. It's easier to stay warm on the course when you're pedaling.
Trying to not check in with my team, but it's hard when my daughter's
Yeah, well, they're at the finish line now. We know they made it. They made it here, and that's the important thing. We can't do with that.
Still twirling.
Still twirling.
You go, metaphysicists. I admire the twirling. I love long fabric, long drapey things, and twirling, and they're just doing it.
Yeah, I noticed you out doing your annual twirl.
Matt Filer and I have been twirling since April 2020. It was a little sad out there without events happening, and we started making up our own events on the plaza where I'd be in a dress-up twirling, and he'd take a picture, and we'd have a lot of fun with that. We've been twirling together for years.
Oh yeah, Humboldt during lockdown was just Humboldt. Like, if you live here, you know that Humboldt is about getting out.
Yes.
It is about events. There's so much going on. I mean, I'm from a big city, and I just feel like there was never as much going on in my, 7 million person city as there was in this county that has, 140,000 people all together. We're out, we're live music and plays and festivals, and there's always something going on in the Arcata Plaza. There's always something going on in Eureka and Arts Alive. There's always something happening all over the county. And for us to shut down and not do anything, everybody's like, can we do it outdoors somehow?
Extra. Well, that Spectator free event policy, I got kind of good at putting in applications for Spectator free events.
Yeah.
Which is a tricky dance. But having a little bit of something like a drive around the plaza for Halloween that year.
Oh yeah.
We had an event where people couldn't come, but they could drive around the plaza.
And then, of course, we did, one year we did the Kinetic, instead of Kinetic Grand Championship, during Shelter in Place, we did Kinetic Sculpture in Place.
And that was pretty cool. And it involved some teams that were like at NASA, right? And some teams around the country.
There was a team of engineers from NASA.
That was pretty cool. Doing the egg drops and making these fancy egg drops and ways to transport the eggs, and the storylines behind these egg creations was amazing.
Team Pineapple did like a feature-length film.
Yes, it was
They did
cool.
an entire spoof of the aquatic life.
It was great.
But with eggs.
I think that was pretty creative. There was some pent-up creativity that came out through that.
I bet you can see that because, the reason we did that, because I was on the board at the time, is because if you tell the Kinetic racers there's not going to be a race, what they say is, we know where the plaza is. We know how to get to Ferndale.
There's a little of that.
I mean, because really it's public land. I mean, for the most part, the racers can, you can do the Kinetic course. It's parks and trails and beaches. You don't have to, it's not like a racetrack where you got to go rent it or something. There's a few pieces of private land along the race. But so the point is, if we said, you guys aren't going to have a race, they would have done it anyway. And we felt like we needed to give them something else to do. As a good pet trainer would say, give them an incompatible activity. Have them do something they want to do that doesn't allow them to do the thing you don't want them to do.
Tricky.
So we planned this. We planned this event with a 3-day live stream, and teams had to build a contraption to move an egg. The egg known as the Glory. And then there was 3 different categories, and they had to pick the egg up and put it down. They had to dip an egg in some water, and you do all this great stuff. But then there was a live stream aspect to it where they had to compete during the weekend online. So they had to be engaged online, which precludes them going to the plaza. So that was my whole thing. Like, we could have done something ahead of time and just live streamed it, but we definitely incorporated all of those in-person elements so that we could keep the Kinetic racers off of the course during 2020 when it was such a everything was so unknown.
Yeah.
What was and wasn't safe wasn't known. And this was right at the beginning. And of course, Kinetics is the official beginning of summer in Humboldt County, and we were the first really big community event to have to answer, what are we going to do? And so I'm getting phone calls from North Country Fair, from Oyster Fest, like, what are you guys doing? It's like, well, we're going online. It's like, well, we can't sell oysters online. Sorry, guys. All right. So we're going to check out those underwriters one more time, see the folks who are helping to make this broadcast possible.
Support for this program is made possible by Art Center Arcata. Artist run for the artist and everyone. Paint, paper, and cool fun stuff. Independent and locally owned. Located on the Arcata Plaza. Humboldt County, California, home to the tallest trees on earth, is the perfect playground for exciting outdoor adventures for all ages. Come and experience our natural beauty, ancient forests, and breathtaking vistas. Support for this program is made possible by the Hotel Arcata, blending the timelessness and charm of historic Arcata with modern comfort and character. On the Square in downtown Arcata.
Okay, so we've seen a lot of teams come across the finish lines. There's a few still out there. We're not sure where they are. Maybe they're going to cross, maybe they won't.
Maybe.
You never know. But so much glory. I just want to thank everybody for sticking with us for all 3 days of the Kinetic Grand Championship here, going from one end of Humboldt County to the other.
It's a true marathon, an incredible event.
Unbelievable. I want to thank all of my co-hosts, our underwriters. I want to thank you, Princess Sparkle Lumina, for being my co-host today.
Having me, Queen, a lot of pink buckets.
An absolute delight. If you want to find out who wins the race, I recommend you go to kineticgrandchampionship.com, probably tomorrow morning. And you can find this broadcast on KEET TV's YouTube channel as well as on their website, keet.org. I can't wait to see who wins. We are just a few minutes out from here, and yeah, who do you think should win Grand Champion?
Oh, Grand Champion, I don't know.
Quick, just pick one.
Oh, I can't do it.
I'm gonna say
Can't do it.
The Pie Factory.
Pie
because
Factory is amazing.
I love creative reuse and a vague joke. You know, nothing wrong with that. So thank you to the Kinetic Racers, thank you to Kinetic Universe, thank you to KRFH, thank you to the volunteer crew of KEET TV, thank you to you for supporting KEET TV, your local PBS station. It is such a delight to be here, to be able to bring kinetic glory to the world. I love it. Go check it out. Get out on your bike and ride. It's all for the glory.